Welcome back. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Dr. Diaa Helmy, member of the Egyptian Council for Foreign Affairs. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Well, Dr. Diaa, as President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have ordered or gave directives to provide the suitable environment for boosting the field of heavy industry and especially iron and steel. What is the concept of the heavy industries in Egypt?
Really, the heavy industries, there are industries that require high capital resources, such as the manufacture of cars, aircraft, ships, and the like. The term heavy indicates that the product produced by heavy industries, companies, and these industries such as iron, steel, oil and gas, coal, the big, and so on.
Yes. So, Dr. Helmy, what are the most important heavy industries in Egypt?
Really, Egypt has a long history in the heavy industries since 1954. When we talk about, we have the iron and the steel industry. At that time, it's so early, that time, as you remember, as the Egyptian Iron and Steel Company was established in 1954, and this is the largest iron and steel company in Egypt, in Africa, in the Middle East. But also we have, after that, there are heavy industries in military production, such as ships, planes, something like that. But the iron and steel industry is one of the most important strategic industries in any country and also in Egypt, because it plays a vital role in the fields of building and construction. That's why this is very important in our new world.
Yes, Dr. Helmy, what are the most important elements needed by heavy industries?
This is a good question, because there is a lot of elements very important and needed in the heavy industry, actually. The heavy industries depend on the raw materials that are used according to the type of industry of each one and the final product to be obtained. But we can mention here, number one, the metals, number two, the petrochemicals, number three, as an element, the electrical materials, number four, we can mention also the electronic materials, and last but not least, the glass.
Yes, Dr. Helmy, the President have directed attention to the iron and steel industry. What is the size of this industry in Egypt?
In Egypt, really, we are working very hard, and we have a lot of facilities provided by the government to grant investment license in heavy industries, and there is a lot of facilities really in this area. Egypt support the private sector to go on, and with all support, it's, the environment of investment also. Egypt give it to the private sector, all sectors also. A lot of things really to support the investors in Egypt.
Yes, Dr. Helmy, what are the most important facilities provided by the government in order to grant investment licenses in heavy industries?
Really, maybe every week we heard about new, something to encourage the people to go in this area. Also, as I mentioned, the atmosphere is very important. The time limits are granted according to its implementation phase. The government, give a lot of support to everybody, but if they are serious, and we need the serious private sector, the national private sector, to work with the government. But the law even itself sometimes change it to face some troubles and to give the people space, more space to work and to, make innovation and go on for our development.
Yes, Dr. Helmy, as you've mentioned now, the private sector, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have in several events mentioned the big role played by the private sector in industry in Egypt. What is the size of the private sector's participation in heavy industries here in Egypt, and what is the future of this participation?
This very important question. Also, the future of this will be decided by the private sectors itself. I'm sure that they are serious to go in this, but Mr. President Mustafa Madbouli, the Prime Minister, he, working to strengthen the role of the private sector and increase with the instructions directly from His Excellency, Mr. President Sisi. And now we need and working for to make this average 65%, from the private sector. This gives them space to work, and 65% from this heavy industries is a big number. His Excellency, Mr. President Sisi, there is a lot of files in front of him, but he gave special attention for the private sector and to go on to work with the government, and he gave instructions very clear to the Prime Minister, Mr. Mustafa Madbouli, to give them the attention to see what is their problems and to go on to solve this every week. And there is a lot of, official meetings happened in this area, and that gave me the hope that very soon, within the coming few years, we will see a strong private sector back again to work, such as what happened today morning and yesterday, and what happened in Diaa, even with the Diaa, sector, the China sector in Suez Canal area. We are working very hard to have this, inshallah, very soon, to have a strong private sector involved in the development plans, strategic plans for the country.
Yes, Dr. Helmy, what is the role of the heavy industries in supporting the Egyptian economy?
It's supporting the economy so much. The heavy industry is very important for any economy, especially in the coming few years, as we see there is a global crisis. So we need to localizing and developing heavy industries in Egypt, and deepening local industrialization is one of the government's priorities, which comes in implementation of the directives of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi personally. The government respect all those people who would like to work, respect the results for the heavy industries, and we are waiting that the coming recent years will bring us, a lot to our economy from the heavy industry.
Yes, Dr. Helmy, how do you see the heavy industry also as a very good opportunity for providing job opportunities for youth, and a coordination that takes place between the new generation and the old one in this important field?
This is very important. One of the most important thing we can mention in this area, that the opportunities for our people, for the new generation, to have the old people to give the others the experience to go on in the coming years. We don't like to have the old people, and after a few years we haven't the youth or new generation. We need training for those people, for the young people, and that's why hand give a hand. And I'm expecting with the training, the good training, we will have that, and the heavy industries open a space, a big space for work opportunities, and this is very important for all countries in the world. and for sure in our country, in Egypt. And this gives them, a hope that they can find a job, a good job, and they can add value for the product. And after that, we can go in a good future according to that. We have a very experienced people, especially the young people.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Diaa Helmy El-Faqi, the member of Egyptian Council for Egyptian Affairs. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back with you.